towards the end, it's a little bit more like Desperate Housewives or Pushing Daisies, where it just tonally it shifts. And that was a fun switch too.
Enough! You know what they say about old houses? They all have their deep, dark secrets.
Tyler, did you write the review?
No, I did not.
Okay, good.
No, that was not me.
Because I love JoBlo, and I always check it out, and I'm like, hey.
No, I genuinely, I'm so sad that this is the way this is starting, because as soon as that dropped, I was like, damn it, Alex, I liked the movie.
So funny.
Cellar Door really took me for a ride. I really enjoyed it. Has a lot of twists and turns that I just did not see coming. What intrigued you the most about playing Sarah?
What intrigued me was playing a woman who was struggling to have a kid, because I went through a lot of struggles, and it can be a mind-bending, like obsessive experience when you're going through that. And so I totally understood where she was coming from. And I also understood her illusion of like, oh yeah, I'll just move and then all my problems will go away. Like that doesn't happen. So that was super intriguing. And then when Scott came on, I was super excited because I think he's a really good actor. And yeah, I was just happy to play.
Well, and at this point in your career, what's the most important factor for you in taking a role?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I always have to consider my kids, and I can't just, they're not the kind of kids that can like come with me on set and we can't like be a traveling circus, unfortunately. So I'm always like, wait, it's got to be good enough that I can leave them. And then I think depth, like if I've done it and I'm like, oh, like I can't play that. I can play that character in my sleep and it's going to be boring. I don't do it. But if I can play like a lesbian drug lord in Neon, or someone who's like got different sides in Cellar Door, or a horror romantic comedy like in Hard Eyes, then it's super appealing. And it's also about the people. Like I'm finding that most people now have a no asshole policy, which is really refreshing. They're like, yeah, I've checked you out and you're not a jerk, and so come on board. And I find that those sets are so lovely to be on. So yeah, those are my requirements. And money, a lot of money.
Lots of money.
I'm kidding.
Well, and now this is kind of awkward to say given the subject matter of the movie, but you and Scott Speedman have great chemistry in this. What do you think the key is for just believable on-screen chemistry? I
think you can't feel guarded at all. Like when I get a weird vibe from an actor, I'm really not good at, like, I find it, someone recently was like, I hated all my co-stars that I had to kiss. And I was like, how did you do it? And I'm not able to do that. Like if I not feeling it, it's very difficult to then like pretend. So Scott and I just had like a fun banter. We're both new parents. We worked a lot with Vaughn and rehearsed beforehand. And it was just easy. And I think you need that ease to feel safe with someone and then just put yourself out there.
When I like how the film ended up seeming like it'd be one thing and then was totally different by the end. Was the intention always to take this more metaphorical approach?
I think it was, because that was the writer's intention. I also like that towards the end, it's a little bit more like Desperate Housewives or Pushing Daisies, where it just tonally it shifts. And that was a fun switch too. I
went into this expecting like a supernatural thing. So then when it goes Fatal Attraction, I was like, oh yes, awesome.
Well, I remember my mom telling me, because I was such a scaredy cat, and I was scared of ghosts. I was scared of, and she was like, you really have to be afraid of humans. And I was like, oh, and now I get what she was saying. Like, that's true. I feel like the scariest people, especially right now, are human beings. It's not really aliens or ghosts or.
Well, and this film releases Halloween week, and we're speaking the day before Halloween. So I have to ask, do you have any films that you watch every Halloween or Halloween season?
I love The Shining, but it's so horrifying that I don't watch it all that much. I love The Witches of Eastwick, the original one. That one's really playful and fun. And I love watching Only Murders in the Building with my kids. They love it. And it's not so scary that they can't watch it. So I really like watching that show.
That's awesome. Well, I've been so glad to see you come back to the horror genre with like this and Random Acts of Violence. So it's been so cool.
And Hard Eyes next year too.
Oh, awesome. I will definitely be keeping an eye out for that. Well, and finally, my last question. The Fast and Furious saga is looking to wrap up in 2026. Does it feel surreal that this 20-plus year film franchise is finally coming to a close for you?
It does. I mean, I'm not thinking about it coming to a close because that would really make me sad. But I do love how it's evolved, and I love where it's taken me. Like it's been really, really awesome. And when I was filming Hard Eyes in New Zealand, everyone knew me from Fast, and it was just really, I was like, shit. Vin must have thought I was an idiot, but I texted him. I was like, wow, we really do have an impact around the world. It's like, yeah, duh. But I guess I see it a little bit less, and that was really cool. It really made me appreciate it.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. And I'm going to make sure that I reprimand Alex.
Please do. He's on my show. Let him know.
Enough! You know what they say about old houses? They all have their deep, dark secrets.